Woman's Voice. Today I'm just going to do a quick vlog on the subject matter, which is COVID, which is coronavirus. Usually, I'm just going to prefix this before I start. Usually I don't like victimhood or trauma porn videos in relation to black people. I can't bear people who consistently post things, or I can't bear it when black people consistently post things which say, look at how they're treating us, look at what they're doing us, isn't this appalling? And they never present any kind of solution. It's just constantly being bombarded with images of black people suffering. It makes me sick. It repulses me, and I'm very militant. So I'm very much a person who advocates militancy, who advocates doing. That's why you'll never see any of that rubbish on my vlog and all the rest of it. So that's a quick prefix. However, it's come to my attention, and I can't ignore this, that China are now trying to affix the blame of the spread of this disease onto Africans by not allowing Africans into certain establishments within China, such as McDonald's and shopping markets and everything else. Now, we could just call this desperation. These people are well known for eating bats. For Christ's sake, they eat bats, and bats are the #1 carriers of disease. In fact, there's an extensive vlog on YouTube which looks at why bats contain all the mega diseases of the world, but they don't die from them. And this is what Chinese people do. We understand it came from them. It started from a place called Wuton Market, or whatever the hell it's called. China has very few black people in there. It cannot be ascribed to black people. We are all in agreement that it is Chinese people that started this pandemic, and it's not the first disease that Chinese people have managed to release from their country. I mean, they were called the yellow peril at one time, but I'm not here to talk, well, I'm not here to come here and paint Chinese people in, you know, the color of disease. I don't care about Chinese people. What I care about is the fact that they're now ascribing this disease to African people, to black people, and of course white people are jumping onto, well, trolls and right-wingers, white people are jumping onto the bandwagon by saying, oh, well, actually, it makes complete sense that black people are somehow caught up in or mired in the start of and the spread of this disease because, and they'll give reasons ABC which are not fixed into any truth whatsoever. The reason why, if this is true, that black people are being disproportionately affected by COVID in this country, which is Britain, is because, of course, ethnic people do ground zero jobs. We are the ones who do the cleaning and the front-facing jobs. We are the ones that have to leave our houses in order to keep this community ticking over. That's the only reason why. Okay, so that's one, that's common sense. In terms of spreading the disease, we did not spread the disease. Africans did not spread the disease. But in terms of, sorry, I'm going off track. Right. Yeah, sorry. Let me just come back to Britain as well. Also, sorry. Usually I take notes when I do these vlogs and everything else and have a structured delivery. But because this is highly impromptu, I might go off a bit of a random tangent. Right, so going back to my earlier point, which is point one, the reason why black people, if they are at all being disproportionately affected by this disease, is because we do ground zero jobs. White people are now jumping onto the bandwagon, trying to claim that it's black people that have less hygiene and all the rest of it. Ignore those things. We all know that it was African people, i.e. the Moors, that taught English people how to wash. But also white people are now claiming that it's also being spread, or we're being disproportionately affected because we converge into mosques and all the rest of it. This also is also a lie, because we all know that if any religious institutions tried to converge at this point, the police would break it up. Again, look out for these lies. White people are jumping onto the bandwagon and claiming, yes, this must be true because of mosques. Okay, so now Islamophobia. Oh, and because, but it's not. It's because we do the ground zero jobs. It's because we live in high rises. It's because we are huddled together. They're talking about also, or huddled together, i.e. we are a race, along with Indians actually, who look after our elderly and don't put them in homes. And so when they talk about generationally passing on the disease, it's because we don't throw our kids into, you don't throw our people into care homes and all the rest of it. They are perfectly reasonable socio-economic reasons as to why, if it is true, it is being spread amongst non-white people more than white people. But please, black people, be very wary of the lies that they're now telling. Now, as for these Chinese people, the next question is now, what do? We all know that Chinese people have converged into Africa and are buying up land and all the rest of it. And we know that Africans are actually taking, you know, this situation, grasping it by the the throat and throwing a lot of them out and all the rest of it in retaliation for them excluding black people in China. But what are we as black people going to do in this country? And don't worry, I'm not going to be one of those people that say, but what are we going to do? And then expect you to do something. The simple answer is to boycott. The simple answer is to boycott. I know for one, I'm not going to frequent any Asian establishments because I'm absolutely disgusted. Absolutely disgusted by this. I'm so enraged at the fact that it has been proven that the disease came from that country, but they've turned to black people as scapegoats and appended the disease to them. And the only answer is to boycott. That's the only answer. Like I said, this is an impromptu vlog, and I'll just reiterate some of my points earlier on. It's being spread. If it is true that COVID is being spread primarily amongst ethnic minorities, well, the answer is simple. We do the ground zero jobs. We're the ones that have to leave our houses. We're the ones that do the jobs that English people are too lazy to do. Also, if it's been spread from household to household, it's because we look after our elderly. We don't throw them into care homes. And if social economics means that it's led to it being passed intergenerationally, that is the reason why. Do not let these low IQ, froth at the mouth, right-winging trolls ordained to tell you that it's for any other reasons than that. Anyway, this is one Black Radish Woman's Voice. I'm out. Leave your comments below. Actually, also, I notice I have a huge influx of trolls who now follow my profile. Leave your opinions. Because usually I remove your opinions because your narrative will not be formed on my page. However, I want to leave your opinions because I want to see what you lopsided people think about this. I mean, I've seen some of your lies already. I've seen what lies you use to churn and manifest this lie. But you tell me your justification for why you believe it's Africans. And maybe try and leave out the Islamophobia because it's transparent and dull. Anyway, this is one Black British Woman's Voice, and I'm out.